Using your head as a weapon, is that a smart thing to do?
I've never had a time in my professional life where Americans have been more concerned about their own self-protection.
Headbutting is really one of those things that, especially with reality self-defense, it's one of the real hardcore moves. But we're going to explore that today. But before we do, when you're ready for your self-protection plan, get over to timlarkin.com, give us your email, start getting video training right away. Free, absolutely free, to put together your self-protection plan for you and your family. It's uncensored, it is blunt and direct, much more so than I can be on this channel, obviously because of YouTube. So get over there, give us your email, and then also please subscribe to this channel, join the uh, um, the notifications. Make sure that you make comments and share this information with people. That's how we're growing, because it's not through YouTube. Now, topic for today. What is the topic? What do we have? Well, it's nobody wins with a headbutt. Okay. Now, the headbutt is something that, again, it's one of those classic hardcore, quote unquote, along with biting. Biting's the other one. I'll probably do a video on that later too. But I figured today I'd handle headbutting. Okay. Now, listen, everybody, has seen the headbutts. You've seen them in movies. You've seen them, just media is really big on them. But I picked a couple of these just because they were fun. I mean, the freaking this one, the kung fu one is just awesome. It's just awesome. That guy, look how far he knocks him. It's fantastic. Um, but as you can notice, like, it looks really aggressive when it comes in. Guys are using their heads, and listen, does it get a result? Absolutely gets a result. I mean, listen, just because something works doesn't mean it's the optimal thing for you to do. So let's take a look at what this is encompassing here. Okay, and why do I say that nobody wins, with a headbutt? Basically, what I want you to imagine is, you're sitting in your office, okay, and you've got your laptop in front of you, very expensive. Say it's a Macintosh, a MacBook Pro, probably a $4,000 unit, has all your hard drive in there, has all your pictures, all your financial data, all of your work information, just about everything to run your life is contained within that computer. Okay, that's right in front of you. But right next to that computer, you've got a ball peen hammer. Over here, you've got a Glock 17 with 3 magazines nearby. Over here, you've got a baseball bat. Over here, you've got any selection of knives that you could possibly want. Somebody comes busting through your house. They're coming right at you. Grievous bodily harm imminent. So you're going to do the logical thing, right? You're going to grab your laptop, that very expensive MacBook Pro, and you're going to crash it on their head. Right now you're laughing at that, but essentially that's what you're doing when you use your head as a tool, an impact tool. Okay, there's lots of problems with this. Now, listen, if you've been watching this channel for quite some time, you know that we've always talked about the brain being your primary weapon. Well, it absolutely is, but in order for it to be your primary weapon, it has to operate properly. The risk that you take when you headbutt somebody is there's multiple ones. You can give yourself a concussion. That's just flat out. It's so funny in researching this, all the concussions that we looked at, that both people were getting concussions, oftentimes. You can also, another unintended thing that people don't really think about is that when you throw your head forward and you strike something on impact, you're going to lose vision for a minute. You're going to come down. Your eyes are going to go in and out of focus. In a multiple attacker situation, yes, you will probably get that first guy. But then as you're coming in and out, that's where they can, just nail you. I've seen it multiple times where guys don't realize the vision, a blurring that they get from using a headbutt. They'll be at the pub and they'll be having their beer and they think they look really cool, and they're trying to be surreptitious in how they're going to do it. They don't want to telegraph that they're going to use their head, and they can get the strike in. They can absolutely throw the strike, but oftentimes what happens is they come out and they're a little bit blurry, and that's where you can do damage to yourself. So the golden rule that we always have is, I want you to look at the target list that we have for TFT. I've put it up in a couple different places. I'll try to put a link in for people to look at it. If I put it up right here, you wouldn't be able to see enough of it. But basically, anything on the body that is a target, meaning where we would put force to put trauma into the body, is not what we want to use as an impact tool. We don't want to use a vulnerable part of us as an impact tool. Now you're saying, hey Tim, the skull's very thick. If I'm striking the nose or I'm doing something, I'm fine with it. What you're saying is you're willing to risk literally your primary weapon system when you have all these other tools available to you because why? It looks cool. It looks aggressive. Poor choice. Now, listen, if you have no other avenue, if the only thing available to you is using your skull as an impact device, then go for it. But there are so many other options with body tools that you can use, and you want to save this to truly be your primary weapon. And it can direct all the other tools of your body and anything else you can put in your hands to, do the work for you. But again, that image of you being in front of a desk, your home office desk with your computer in front of you, your sleek multi-$1,000 MacBook Pro, and you're surrounded by all these weapons that are available to you. And yet, when the threat comes through the door, what are you going to use? You're going to use your CPU to crash on there as an impact device. Poor choice. Okay, now listen, I'm sure some of you I can already, especially my UK clients, my Scottish clients, the Europeans especially, because you guys all play that weird version of football where you had the soccer ball. We call it soccer. Um, and you're used to using your head, but even that, they're showing that the impact of just using your head to head a soccer ball, some of the damage that's coming in. I mean, we're learning all sorts of information about TBIs, and why would we willingly put ourselves in a situation where we possibly give ourselves our own concussion when there are many other options to do it? So again, this tool goes in, the idea of using your skull as an impact device goes into the category of just because it works doesn't mean it's right. All right. So that's all I have for the headbutt. Now listen, remember, go to timlarkin.com, get your free self-protection strategies going right now. Start building it for you and your family. Just give us your email. We'll get you going right away. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel and share these videos. Until next time, stay safe.